Please welcome Megan Scott, More Than a House. More Than a House, Megan Scott.
The crisp, white snow crunched beneath my feet on that frigid January morning. I could feel my heart thumping in my throat. Stay strong, stay strong, stay strong, I repeated to myself over and over and over again. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow contestants, Madam Contest Master, I was in complete shock from the news I'd received just 2 weeks prior. Pancreatic cancer, cancer of the pancreas, my grandfather. There was no way that my papa, the strongest man I knew, could have been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, a death sentence at just 72 years old. Yet, here I was, slowly approaching the front door of Webster Comfort Care, a hospice in Webster, New York. I stepped up onto the doorstep, and there was the door, in front of me. I secretly hoped no one would answer. I knew what to expect inside. A cold, dark, scary, dungeon-like place, filled with sadness, tears, depression, and worse, death, lurking around every corner. I could feel my heart rate begin to rise, but I had no more time to fear as I saw a dark, shadowy figure approaching the frosted glass window of the front door. The door swung open, and I stepped inside. I was amazed at what I was greeted with. To my left, a kitchen, much like one you'd find in a house like yours or mine. There was a refrigerator, a table set for 6, fresh brownies baking in the oven, and the aroma of coffee filled the place. But my favorite part were the sage green walls with an intricate painting of flowers. I remember wondering to myself, flowers, a symbol of growth in a place like this? A place where people come to die? Surely I must have walked into the wrong place. In my amazement, I almost didn't notice the woman standing in front of me. "Hi, my name's Annie," she said. "It's so nice to meet you." We had a conversation, not unlike that of two strangers. I asked her how she became involved in healthcare, and more specifically in hospice care, and she asked me what I was studying in school and where I worked. Our conversation lasted no more than 5 minutes. And then came the moment I'm most unprepared for. Annie said to me, "Your grandfather is such an amazing man, and I can tell that he loves you and your sisters very much, and he is so proud of you girls." That was it. That whole stay strong pep talk I'd given myself as I walked in headed straight back out the door. Embarrassed, I quickly apologized, and then Annie, this stranger, whom I'd met no more than 5 minutes prior, embraced me in a hug. "Aw, honey, it's okay," she said to me. "There's no need to apologize for tears. Tears show love, and love is what I can tell that your family shares a lot of. There's no need to apologize for tears here in the house." I gathered myself to walk down the hall to see my papa. I was terrified to see him. My papa, the man who I grew up playing monster with as a little girl. The man who was my #1 fan. I didn't want to see him lying, lifeless, in bed. I peeked around the corner into the door of his room, and to my surprise, there was my papa, sitting up in bed with a smile on his face, that smile that he was famous for. And I knew at that moment that our family made the right choice. I knew that everything was going to be okay. Over the next 10 days, my family and I spent many hours visiting with Papa, sharing memories, tears, sadness, joy, and most importantly, sharing love. We had become so comfortable in the house. It was becoming more than just a house. It was starting to become a home away from home for us. We became so comfortable that one night we even camped out in the living room of the house, just like we used to when I was a little girl at Nana and Papa's cottage. And the moment that my Papa took his last breath, our family was gathered around his bed, sharing our most cherished memories, sharing tears, and most importantly, sharing love. Had I not allowed Webster Comfort Care Home into my life, had I not lowered those walls that I built up around myself, then I never would have had the opportunity to share with Papa the ways that he had impacted my life, to create new memories with him, and to tell him how much I loved him. The next time you think you know what to expect from an experience, as I thought I knew what to expect from this house, take a step back. Lower those walls and go into that experience as if it were a blank page in a book, ready to be filled with new lessons, and allow those lessons to grow and flourish in your life. Madam Pacha's Master.